for joining me today. So, we're going to start off the week on a bright, happy note, and this was a really fun layout to do. So, what I decided to do was I'm scrapping a beautiful photo of Kassan's 21st. Now, Kassan is actually the daughter of my best friend, and it was her 21st birthday, and we had travelled by train. I've actually already scrapped a couple of photos from this particular event. Anyway, and I wanted to just pay homage to her dress, believe it or not. Her dress, it really inspired the colours and the direction of this layout, and I was really, really happy with it. Now, this is how my brain works sometimes, right? So I pull out everything that I think I might possibly be interested in using, and then this is how I just scrapbook normally. Okay, this is just seeing what happens, see how it'll turn out. So I knew I wanted a black border, and I knew I wanted to just do a lot of mixed media work. So this is my Ranger Archival ink. It's a waterproof ink, and it is a massive, massive ink pad. I've got to be honest with you. I didn't realize it was this big when I ordered it, but it's not a problem. It's a good thing. Good problem to have. So as you can see, that particular stamp, again, is the biggest stamp that I think I even own. I don't think I own a stamp bigger than that. It's massive. So here I am playing. Now, I'm sort of going, okay, I see where you're going with this. It's too geometric for what I really wanted, but I thought, I'll see what happens. Then I realised my mistake. See, tappy, tappy fingers. This is where I realised that I wanted to use Distress Oxides. So they layer up, right? Now they go over the top of this. Now, didn't like how that first one went down, but I realised it's going over the top of the black. Okay? Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. What do we do if we have an accident? Turn it over. Bingo. Brand new piece of paper. Let's go again. Let's try it out. So the reason I bought my paintbrush into that is because I didn't want it to have the square markings from the ink pad. I wanted it to look more fluid, more, yeah. What I'm doing there, I'm tapping my finger on the ink on the background to make it sort of splat underneath the plastic. So you get more of a blob rather than a speckle. Again, now the only reason I'm flicking my paintbrush, it's not to get flickers so much. See when I tap it, see how it sort of spreads it out, but it's not leaving a line from under, it's not leaving a line from where my fingernail has rubbed on it. Now I am drying off a little bit in between each layer of different colour because I don't want it to just, it's not going to turn muddy because it's in the pink and orange sort of realm. It's not going to, that looks like blood, but it's okay. It's because of the pink, it's okay. But, and the reason I chose that colour is because in Kassan's dress, she's got this colour in a rose. Okay, it doesn't look like blood on the dress, obviously, but you've just got to be super careful. Best bit of advice I can give you with red paint, red watercolour, red toned dyes, anything that has that red tone to it, just be careful because especially if you put it down like that, splatty. In my mind, I already knew that I was going to use my mica sprays, okay? So stick with me. This is not ruined and it doesn't look like a big blood splatter. Okay, I do fix it as I go on, but I knew that I wanted to layer up. So one, I knew I wanted to layer up some stamps for texture as well as, now here I have an issue because I don't want, so I use pink instead of black. Hence why I pulled out my archival ink stamp cleaner to get all the black ink off so it didn't muddy it up. And of course I don't want to wreck my Distress Oxide ink pad either. So yeah, so all I'm doing here is just adding, I know that's a splatter stamp, I get the irony, but I wanted it to actually have intentional splatters. That's what I wanted to put on there, so that you don't see a lot of it. And I realized afterwards that there's so much mixed media on here now, like the splatters really are not necessary. I'm just having fun and I'm playing, to be quite honest. That's what I was doing. I recorded this Friday afternoon. So yeah, it was just Friday afternoon. So I go around just with a wet brush, there's no ink, there's no nothing. I'm not really trying to do anything other than adding a little bit of a light shade of that ink. I'm not trying to dilute it. I'm not trying to add lots and lots of water to it. See how it's just spreading the slightest little bit of the colour, just trying to make it look a little bit less pink and white, or red and white. So I knew I was going to be using my mica spray. Now, this is the one, if you want to know how to make this, I do have a video and it's entitled, quite cheesily, how to make my homemade mica spray. It's so simple, and I can tell you, I bought the mica powders, and I swear to God, it is the best thing I ever did, because I love bling, I love shine, and that particular color of gold, it's actually in the yellow tone in the mica powders rather than the gold tones, but it is stunning. And the way that it doesn't come off, so it's mixed with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Here in Australia, I used Isocol. Okay, that's what I use. I don't know if you can get Isocol in other countries, but I know Americans call it rubbing alcohol, and it does have rubbing alcohol on the front of it. It's 64%. That's what I use, and it works a treat. I mix it with some Mod Podge, the tiniest bit of Mod Podge, rubbing alcohol, add my mica powder, swirl it around, bazinga, you got yourself a spray. So here I am still toying with some stamps, and what am I going to do with them, and am I going to make this a wordy? The only thing that I was still sort of thinking about was whether I wanted to make it a wordy, titly, like, let me think. Okay, so I had chosen this Celebrate Today. They were just clear stickers from Kmart, and they were dirt cheap. Now, there is a mistake that I'm doing right now, and I'll point it out so you can see it. So the title, it's just the light reflecting. This is a tiny little love heart that I'm just hiding some tiny little love hearts in amongst the splatters. When you look, you can see them. It's a bit cute. So the title, I actually stuck down on some black cardstock, and I just fussy cut around it. Now, it's actually on a bit of a curve, so that's not the mistake. The mistake is so I was thinking I needed some black in amongst the mixed media. Hence why I did it underneath where the photo's going, right? Because I realized I did not like it one little bit. So I just added some more of the berries and whatnot. Added that, so there's just a few extra little on-purpose hearts there. I was thinking I might do a sprinkling of some enamel dots or some pearl dots maybe. Now this I got as, what did I get this for? I think this was included in a prize that I had won. I think that's what it was. And I got to be honest with you, I've got no idea how to use it. Unfortunately, that did not happen for me. So the gold spray, I do end up adding, after I finished recording, I do end up adding a little tiny bit more spray. Here's my mistake. Learn from me. Okay, I just used art glitter glue. I've just put that down. And what have I told you ladies about this? Guys, girls, you don't have any time to correct it. And my window is now closed. Okay? I didn't use my T-square ruler to straighten it up. So, guess what? It's actually up 2 millimeters higher on the left-hand side than the other side. I do fix it, and if you jump over to my Facebook wall, my Facebook group, which is in the description below if you're not already a part of it, and I will show you how I can't fix it, okay, because I cannot lift it off, but I can show you how I've disguised it. And I did not add any stickers to this. I did not add any I didn't have any magical tools. I used a pen to fix it. That's what I did. Well, no, I can't. Actually, you know what? I stand corrected. I didn't fix it. I've disguised it. That's what I did. So, yeah. All I'm doing here is doing a quick bit of pen work around the edges, bit of faux stitching, and it turned out, I actually really love the page, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, I love the girls on the page, but Morgan actually made Cassand's cake for her, so, which is adorable, and they're sisters. There's only 2 of them, and yeah, this is going back 6 years ago, when I messaged both the girls and said, do you mind if I put you on my YouTube channel? And of course they both lovingly obliged, which was very nice of them. And I have to be honest with you, I could not believe it was 6 years ago. Like, where did 6 years go? It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still shaking my head. I still can't believe it was 6 years ago. But Cassandra now has a loving husband and 2 beautiful children. And yeah, life is just moving on in droves for those girls, which is amazing. And yeah, so all I'm doing is just doing a little bit of pen work here and there and here and there. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to disguise this situation. And I do end up doing it, but you'll have to look at the photos at the very end to see it over on my Facebook group, how I fixed it, because I'd finished recording. So thank you so much for watching. If you wish to subscribe, it is free. I post a video every day except Sunday. Occasionally I'll chuck one in on a Sunday, but 9 times out of 10, Monday to Saturday videos. And I'm just a stay-at-home mum that enjoys her crafting, her paper scrapbooking, etc. And that's about it from me, guys. So like and subscribe would super help me out, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching. Chat to you soon. Bye.